I'm just Malik Beasley, though. I just shoot threes. I still made it. Still within.
You know what's weird? There's actually buzz around the Detroit Pistons again. Like real buzz, not just the maybe the win 25 games this year type, but something deeper, something that actually feels like optimism. And when was the last time we could say that?
The least that they could do is get the same respect that everybody else in this league gets and get refereed the same way that everybody else in this league gets reffed. And enough is enough of it. And what you saw tonight was disgusting. It was a disgusting display of disrespect towards our guys and what we're trying to do.
Because let's be honest, this team has been in the gutter for a long time. They haven't won a playoff game since 2008. They've been rebuilding since Obama's first term. Every year has been the same story. High draft pick, lots of potential, a few exciting dunks, and then 17 wins. But something's shifted in Detroit, slowly, quietly, and now even national analysts are starting to say out loud the Pistons might actually be on the right track. The Pistons had one of the worst seasons in NBA history last year, just 14 wins. You'd expect the front office to hit the panic button. But Detroit didn't do that. They stayed calm. They didn't throw max money at aging vets or overpay to fill roles. They stuck with the plan, even if the fans were getting impatient. That's what NBA analyst Keith Smith pointed out. He didn't just say the Pistons might improve. He said their outlook is solid and even confident. Now, those are big words for a franchise that's been at the bottom of the standings for, I don't know, it just feels like forever. But Smith's not wrong, and here's why. It starts with the roster. Cade Cunningham is healthy. Finally, he's the engine of this team, and when he plays, the Pistons actually look like an NBA team. Last season, even with all the chaos, he put up 22.7 points, 7.5 assists, and 4.3 rebounds per game. That's with minimal spacing, inconsistent coaching, and a team that didn't know how to close games. Give him a real system, a better cast, and a clean bill of health, and suddenly you're cooking. Then there's Jaylen Durant. This guy's only 20, but he plays like a grown man. He's averaged over 13 points and 11 rebounds last season, and you could argue he was Detroit's most consistent player. He's strong, athletic, and smart around the rim. He's the kind of big every young team needs, a reliable lob threat who also hits the glass hard and anchors the defense. And do not forget Ausar Thompson. Rookie seasons are usually rocky, but Thompson showed real flashes. Defense, hustle, playmaking, all things that don't show up on the highlight reel. He makes a huge impact. If he improves his shot even a little bit, he's going to be one of the most valuable young wings in the league. Then you got Isaiah Stewart, the heart and soul of the team. He's not flashy, but he's tough as nails and does all the dirty work. Every team needs a guy like that, and Detroit just extended him for 4 more years. It's a signal. They believe in their core. They're not just collecting talent. They're building around guys who want to be there. And let's talk about the rookie, Holland. He might be a bit raw, but he's got serious upside. Athletic, aggressive, and fearless. He got the Pistons grit, and if he can buy into the system and carve out a role, he could be a huge difference maker. What makes this even more promising is the new coaching staff. The Monty Williams experience, it didn't work out, but instead of dragging it out, the Pistons moved fast and brought out Bickerstaff. He's not a flashy hire, but he's solid. He took a young, inconsistent Cavs team and made them a playoff squad. He's all about defense, accountability, and development. 3 things Detroit desperately needed. Another key, the Pistons didn't try to rush the process. They had cap space and options, but instead of overplaying for B-level stars, they brought in vets who actually fit. Tim Hardaway Jr. gives them shooting and spacing. Tobias Harris, back in Detroit, brings leadership and scoring from the wing. Those aren't headline-grabbing moves, but they make a team better without blocking the young guys. This team finally has direction. They built their foundation through the draft. They got a new coaching staff with a plan, and they've added vets who complement core instead of overshadowing it. That's a recipe for sustainable growth, not a championship tomorrow, but real visible improvement. Because here's the thing about rebuilds, they take time, but they also need consistency. The Pistons have been through coaches, front office changes, and roster turnovers for years. Now there's finally stability. You got Troy Weaver pulling the strings, JB leading the team, and a group of players who are all under 25 and locked in. Look at teams like the Thunder or Magic. They built through the draft, gave their young guys time to develop, and stayed patient. Now they're both playoff teams. The Pistons are trying to follow that path as well, and this year feels like the turning point. Even the culture is changing. This isn't the same sad, broken team from a year ago. There's energy, players are buying in, the front office isn't chasing headlines, they're building something. Slowly, yes, but the right way. And when national analysts start saying things like confident outlook or solid foundation, you know something's working. These aren't just Detroit fans hoping for a miracle. These are people who cover the league every single day, who've watched rebuilds succeed and fails, and they see something in the Pistons squad. The vibe in Detroit is different now. There's accountability, there's belief, and there's a real chance they can go from the laughing stock to a problem in the East. So what should fans expect then? You're probably asking. Wins, maybe 30 to 35 if things go right. A play-in push, it's possible, but more importantly, growth, structure, identity. You want to see Cade take the leap to all-star level. You want to see Durant dominate the glass and hold the paint. You want to see Asar locking down wings and hitting threes, because Detroit basketball is supposed to be tough, gritty, defensive, and for the first time in a long time, that identity is coming back. This season isn't just about numbers, it's about the eye test. Are they competing? Are they improving? Are they finally fun to watch? Because if the answer is yes, then the rebuild is working, slowly but surely. And if you're a Pistons fan, you've earned this moment. You sat through the losing, the drama, and the draft bust. But now there's hope, real tangible hope. It won't be perfect. There'll be rough nights, injuries, slumps, growing pains, but for the first time in a long time, there's light at the end of the tunnel. And that's worth being excited about. To me, because in Detroit, the engine's finally starting to roar again, and the league better be ready for them. Appreciate y'all watching, man. Like, subscribe, and comment, and turn on those noties.